Give us, something you believed about your hiring techniques, and then recognizing that I needed to make a modification about how I recruit and how I hire. Give us a story about that, and you can change the name if you want.
I think in the early days, I was, especially in the tech arena, I was wowed by pedigree, by academic background, by sort of formal credentials. If someone had a PhD in computer science, I thought, oh my gosh, they have a PhD. I'm supposed to address them as Dr. So-and-so. They must be amazing.
Must be.
And there's not a whole lot of correlation between having a PhD in computer science and being a great manager or leader. There might be a decently positive correlation between that academic background and being a good individual contributor, coder, maybe. But there might not be any correlation between that and being a great and leading people. That was a big learning for me. Another was that
you appreciated education too.
Yes.
Right. So I could see how that's like, oh man, this person's committed.
Yes.
Yes. And then it's like, oh, but they may not know how to lead people.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I think we also learned that it's okay to interview not just for cognitive horsepower and inventiveness and work ethic, but to also interview for humility and to interview for an attitude of gratitude, which is something that we try and exemplify at DonorsChoose and our model as well as in our people.
So that's the thing that I find really powerful is when businesses are values driven, and it's really easy, if you will, if you're a nonprofit, to be like, hey, there's something we value, right? So, but there's something more there that I think you probably have done, especially with the gratitude thing. Talk to us about the values of DonorsChoose and how you sort of screen people with those values.
I'll give you one example of an interview question that we sometimes ask. And the interview question is, who are you grateful for? About half of candidates immediately mention their mom and then can't name anybody else. And we think that the ability to rattle off the coach in high school who meant so much to you, the former boss you had at your last workplace who taught you this and that, the ability to rattle off people who you feel a sense of debt to is so indicative of the kind of person you want to work with. And not just an attitude of gratitude, but humility, thoughtfulness, ability to give credit where credit is due, lack of a sense of entitlement. It captures a lot, that question. And it's kind of wild how many people cannot go past their mom in who are you grateful for?